The following is a special presentation of Big Pauly's World of Sports Sims, alternating the reality of sports and entertainment since 2020. Hello, everybody, and welcome to our latest installment of the Hometown Football League. Cincinnati and Minnesota, the game du jour for today. March 29, 2022 is the recording date. Second game of Week 13. We're at TCF Bank Stadium in the great outdoors of Minneapolis, Minnesota. 29 degrees, a 10 to 20 mile per hour wind. I'll play as Minnesota. Computer will play as Cincinnati. We will have Chicago and St. Louis on PayHip on tomorrow morning. I liked how that worked out, so I'm gonna keep doing it. I'll record the game tonight and put it up in the morning. And let's play. Now we're seeing this a little more and more as the season progresses. We have quarterbacks coming in. Even though there are no season usage penalties in the HTFL, and this happened in season 1 too. We see quarterbacks coming in when the quarterback who starts gets to an X amount of throws, depending on the throws he had in a season or attempts. So it's going to be Carson Palmer for Cincinnati today against Fran Tarkenton. Coin flip will go Minnesota's way. They defer. They are in the purple, and they'll go right to left. Cincinnati in the white with orange numbers and letters. They'll be going left to right. It's Watson back deep, and that's a touchback. For Cincinnati, it's going to be Dillon and Kennebrew, the running backs. The 3 and a 2 receiver rated. Collinsworth and Green are both 8s. Ross is a 7 tight end. Palmer, the quarterback out of USC. Munoz, a 10 plus. Steinbach, an 8. Johnson, an 8. Montoya, an 8. Anderson, an 8. We'll see what Cincinnati does on 1st and 10. The throw, and that's complete to Collinsworth for a 15-yard gain. Defensively for Minnesota, both teams coming in 8 and 4. 2 behind Chicago, leading the North right now at 10 and 2. Eller, Dolman, Page, and Randall a 10, a 9. A 10 plus is Allen Page and Randall a 10. Blair's a 9, Simeon's an 8, Winston is an 8, Bryant an 8, Rhodes an 8, Browner a 10, and Krause is a 9. So look for Cincinnati probably to target the wide receivers a little more. 1st and 10 from the 35. It's Palmer looking and finding Ross for a gain of 7. 2nd and 3 from the 42. And this is going to be Corey Dillon? No, it's Kennebrew. Randall on the stop to set up 3rd and 1. 13:21 left. If you're just joining us, it's Collinsworth, a gain of 10. Rhodes on the tackle for Minnesota. 1st and 10 at the 46. And Carson looking for Collinsworth.
Offense. Number 65, 10-yard penalty.
That is Steinbach. Always have a little bit of water while the penalties are being announced. And we'll take it. 1st and 20 now for Cincinnati on their own 44. It's Carson looking for Collinsworth, deflected by Rhodes. He was a Rhodes scholar on that play. 2nd and 20 at the 44 still. And that is Ross with an 8-yard grab. Set up 3rd and 12. Krause made the tackle. And Collinsworth off to the races. He will get down to the 2. Rhodes making the tackle finally. And it prevented a touchdown, but it might just delay the inevitable. 1st and goal from the 2. And that's a touchdown. That is Kennebrew. It's 6-0. Cincinnati, an 8-play, 80-yard drive that took 4:54 off. And your kick good by Graham. 7-0. Bengals. Ishmael, Nelson, and Jones back deep. All was going well for Minnesota. We'll down it for a touchback. They were 8-2, and they played Detroit. They were up 28-0. They were cruising. They lost that game, and then they lost the game they had last week. So the Vikings trying to right the ship. Offensively, it's Peterson and Kleinsasser, your running backs. They are 3 and 4 receivers. Carter is a 10. Well, let's get into the two base formation. Diggs is an 8. Jordan is a 7. Tarkenton, your quarterback, and the linemen, Zimmerman, McDaniel, Tingelhoff, White, and Yeri. White is the only non-10. He is an 8 and will do the Cincinnati defense in a moment. Trap left, Adrian Peterson. On first down, he is stuffed, but gained a yard. Berge on the tackle. Up front, Dunlop, Smith, Atkins, and Reed, an 8, an 8, a 9, and a 9. Spikes is a 9. Berge is a 9. Burfict is an 8. Parrish is a 9. Riley is a 9. Casanova is an 8. And Nelson is an 8. And that is your defensive backfield, the last four. We're going to go 3 wide, which brings Anthony Carter in, and will go his way on a hitch. And he caught it, a first down, a gain of 10. Nickelback is Fulcher for Cincinnati. And we'll say hello to Jim Kleinsasser. This will be a screen pass, well covered and incomplete. 2nd and 10. We'll run on the inside with Peterson. 8 in the box for Cincinnati. Peterson bounces off a couple. Gain of 3. Berge finally making the tackle. 3rd and 7. And we'll go Jordan on the short hitch. Cincinnati playing a nickel, but Jordan with the grab gets enough for the first down, a pickup of 8. And with that completion, Fran Tarkenton out of Georgia goes over 3,000 yards on his 220th completion of the season, 392 attempts, 24 TDs, 11 interceptions this year. And it's going to be off tackle right. And that's a gain of 2 for Peterson. Kleinsasser out for the game. So Bill Brown will come in. I wanted to take a look at Tarkenton. He's at 389 attempts, so he'll probably get benched next, the way Action PC runs. It'll be Jordan. Everybody will be back for the playoffs, but during the regular season, for some quirk in the programming that they don't like to use quarterbacks more than their pass attempts. Hitch to Jordan. He's got it. A first down, a pickup of 11. And it's 1st and 10 at the 45. So we'll play with the quirks. Look for a surprise video coming up in the latter half of the week. That's all I will say about that. Inside Peterson, 1st and 10. And that's a gain of 8.
Shift. Offense, number 80, 5-yard penalty.
So that comes back. That was Chris Carter with an illegal shift. I have my own little drinking game, except I don't drink alcoholic beverages. I can't. Legal shift, 1st and 15 from the HTFL logo at the 50-yard line. Just imagine it's there. And Peterson just short of the first down marker, so he got a gain of 15. 2nd and inches. Ball at the 35. And looking for a play to call here. I'm going to go play action long to Chris Carter. And there's the throw, but there is an incompletion. Tarkenton now 4 of 6 for 44 yards. It's going to be 3rd and inches. Triple tight end. I'm just going to let Tarkenton run it. Why risk a handoff? He got the first, we think.
Upon further review, the runner was stopped short of the first down. No timeout will be charged.
So Cincinnati using their challenge on the spot, and the challenge was heard, and we have a reversal of the call. 4th and inches at the 35. I'm going to go Peterson, off tackle, right side. Try to get the first here. And that's a first, a gain of 3. No doubt about that. And it's 1st and 10 at the 32. We'll go Brown. Pitch to the right side. And he will pick up 1 yard. 2nd and 9 at the 31. And Peterson getting a little winded. We'll pitch him to the right side. And Peterson picks up 8. It'll be 3rd in the yard, and Robert Smith comes in to spell him. We will go his way on a dive. 14th play of the drive, and he gets the first down. This drive has taken half of the quarter already, 7 minutes and 30 seconds. We'll keep it going. We will go off tackle right, Bill Brown. And he picks up another yard. 1:49 now left in the quarter. Play number 16 coming up. And we're going to run the old tight end screen to Jordan on 2nd and 9. Oh, off his hands, incomplete. 3rd and 9, they'll go 3 wide. Peterson back in, but we are not going his way. We're going to look to Jordan, keep the drive going. Caught, first down. So the drive has now gone 17 plays, 50 seconds left to go in this quarter. And we're going to go back to Robert Smith, off tackle right. And that is another first down, a gain of 10. And we will go to the end of the first quarter. Your score, 7-0. Very impressive drive here for the Vikings. 18 plays, 78 yards. It has lasted 10 minutes and 6 seconds. And the ball is at the 2. I'm going to send Tarkenton. No, I'm not. I'm going to go Smith on a dive. And on the 19th play, Smith gets 6. Amazing drive there for Minnesota. And not often you see a 19-play drive. And your extra point for Walsh is good. Life's been good to him so far. Steve Walsh. Not Steve Walsh. Somebody by the last name of Walsh. It's 7-7. Let me go into the Minnesota roster and I'll show you the kicker profile. Blair Walsh out of Georgia. So the final stats on that drive, 19 plays, 80 yards, and it took more than 10 minutes. Watson back deep for Cincinnati. And that is a touchback. And now Cincinnati gets it for the second time in this game. 1st and 10. It's going to be a pitch to one of the 28s, Corey Dillon, who gains 2 yards. 2nd and 8 from the 22. And this is Dillon again for 4 yards. 3rd and 4 from the 26. And that's going to be a completion. Palmer to Ross. Palmer is off to a good start. He is 6 for 7, 93 yards. Ross has 3 of those catches for 22. 13-17 left until halftime. 1st and 10 at the 33. And this is Kennebrew, a gain of 2 yards. They both were 28. So I have to read the readout here and tell you who got the ball. This time it's 89 who has it. That is Ross, the tight end, making his 4th grab. 1st and 10 at the Cincinnati 46. Palmer right back to Ross. Tackled by Krause, a gain of 6 yards. 2nd and 4 at the Minnesota 48. Palmer with a lot of time. He was looking for Green that time. Bobby Bryant swatted that down. 3rd and 4 at the Minnesota 48. That's an incompletion. So Cincinnati has to punt. Oh, not a good punt at all. West was stationed inside his 10. And that was more or less off the side of McAnally's foot. Only a 24-yard punt. No return. Minnesota starts from the 24. They are even right now with Cincinnati at 7 apiece. Sweep to the right for Adrian Peterson, who's been one of the leading rushers in the HTFL all season. He got into the clear, but perfect. Got to him. He is out for the remainder of the game. So he made a big tackle, but it will cost them. Cost Cincinnati. James Francis comes in out of Baylor. It's going to be 1st and 10 from the 48. Peterson trapped right. He's at 6 carries, 41 yards, and now he's got a few more.
Personal foul. Defense. Number 94, 15-yard penalty. Automatic. 1st down.
Smith got into a scuffle of some of the Viking linemen. And that's 15 more on top of the 6-yard gain. So it's now at the Cincinnati 31. Their first drive was a slow boat to China, but this one seems to be going with a bit more pace. Minnesota has the wind, by the way, for the 2nd quarter and 3rd. So Cincinnati had the wind advantage for the 1st. It's going to be play action long pass to Chris Carter. And there's Tarkenton, a lot of time. He dumps it off to Peterson, who makes another 8-yard gain. His second catch for 23 yards. 9:33 now left in the 2nd quarter. It's 7-7. Hitch for Carter, Chris Carter that is. Got Anthony Carter in the game. A dump to Peterson, but incomplete. Tarkenton now 6 of 10. 61 yards. I'm going to look to Diggs on the slant. Stephon Diggs, who now plays for Buffalo. Incomplete. 4th and 2. Field goal here would be 74% almost, 73-7. We'll put Walsh in to try it. He's good from 40 yards. It's 10-7. 8:44 left to go. It's Watson, Jones, and Brooks back deep for Cincinnati. I neglected to give you the full return team the first 2 times Cincinnati got the kickoff, and that's a touchback. 10-7. Vikings lead by 3. 8:44 now left. Pitch. Dillon, and he fumbled. And it was recovered by Collinsworth. Cincinnati keeps possession. It's a loss of 4 on the play in total. 2nd and 14 now from the 16. 8:38 left to go. And it's Palmer trying to look for A.J. Green, but that is incomplete. 3rd and 14. That's a completion to Collinsworth, just enough for the 1st. Browner is out for the game now. So it's now Bryant, Rhodes, Smith, and Krause. Smith, I believe, is the new addition. He is out of Notre Dame. Harrison Smith. Fine-looking lad. 1st and 10 from the 30. And that is one of the 28s. That is Dillon, gaining 4 yards. He has 4 carries now for 6. 2nd and 6 from the 34. Palmer getting a lot of time.
Pass interference. Defense. Number 29, automatic. 1st down.
They get Rhodes for the pass interference. And that moves it up to the 41 of Cincinnati. 1st and 10 from there. 6:58 now left. And that's Dillon gaining 7, giving him 13 yards on the day. As a team, Cincinnati not doing all that well at this stage. 8 carries, 19 yards. 2.4 average. 2nd and 3 from the 46. And that is Kennebrew for a gain of 4. And Kennebrew will be out a few plays. That's going to bring in Derek Fenner. He's out of North Carolina. 1st and 10 at the Minnesota 48. 6:05 to go. That was deflected off of Rhodes. Kennebrew coming back in. 2nd and 10 from the 48. Here's your throw. That is a catch for Collinsworth. Had 9 catches for 140 in our pay-hip game last week against St. Louis. 1st and 10 from the 34 today. Collinsworth 5 catches, and he's already at 99 yards. So needs 1 more yard for the 100. That is Kennebrew. No gain on the draw. As my cat Ella says hello to me. Hello, Ella. 2nd and 10 from the 34. I didn't know where she was, and she just jumped up on my right. Gain of 5. Simeon on that tackle. And Dillon is now at 6 yards, 6 carries for 18 yards. 3rd and 5 at the 29, and we have time called by Carson Palmer. 3rd and 5. Big down here for Cincinnati. They're in field goal range, but don't kick that field goal yet as Kennebrew gets 6 yards for the first. Now it's 1st and 10 from the 23. That's a catch for Ross. Gain of 8. Ross has his 6th catch for 47. Palmer now just lighting it up. 11 out of 16, 146 yards. 2nd and a deuce from the 15. It's Palmer, incomplete. Looking for A.J. Green. Bryant with good defensive coverage. Now 3rd and 2 from the 15. Palmer, incomplete. 4th and 2. So they'll try the field goal here of 32 yards. Got it. That was by Graham, and we are dead even. 10 to 10. 2:17 left in the half. So it's Ishmael, Nelson, and Jones back deep. Can be taken by Ishmael, about the 2 or the 3. Only got it out to the 19, the return 16 yards, so good kickoff coverage by the Bengals. We have 2:04 left until halftime. We'll go 3 wide. We're going to go looking for Stephon Diggs. Crossing route. And it went to Carter instead, a gain of 7. That's his first catch of the day. Chris Carter. 10 to 10, 2-minute warning. Cincinnati has 3 timeouts left in the challenge. Bengals have 2, but no challenge. Screen to Adrian Peterson. He's open. He's got it. And that's a gain of 14. 3 catches, 37 yards for Adrian. Clock running at 1:36. We'll go no huddle. And I'm going to look to Jordan. Medium crossing route. And that will be another gain of 12. Tarkenton now 9 of 14, 94 yards. We'll call our first timeout. Ball to Cincinnati, 48. Slant to Anthony Carter. He is open. Fran Tarkenton warming up that throwing arm like a shooter at the Vegas craps table. 16-yard gain, 1st and 10 from the 32. We're going to go medium pass back to Anthony Carter. 1:07 to go. That's a catch for Peterson. A gain of 6. We'll call our second timeout. Keep the third one in our pocket for a little bit. 2nd and 4. Long out to Carter. Anthony Carter. Could be a mismatch here. No, incomplete. 3rd and 4. 33 seconds remaining in the half. Screen to Peterson. And Peterson to the 20, to the 14. That is a gain of 12. 21 seconds left to go. And we're going to hurry up. So we would snap it with about 9 seconds, worst case scenario. Quick pass to Carter. Anthony Carter. Incomplete. That stops it with 7 seconds left. Bring on the field goal team. And Blair Walsh will try a 31-yarder with 7 seconds left in the half. He got it. 13-10. Sorry. 1 second left. Squib it. Taken by Jones. And Jones returns it 16-22. But that's it for your first half of play. Your score 13-10 in favor of Minnesota. If you like the video you're watching, feel free to use the Amazon link provided. I'll put it in the description down below. Back to start the second half of play. Big Pauly coming to you. Minnesota and Cincinnati. It's the Vikings leading 13-10, trying to regroup after back-to-back losses to Detroit and Chicago in the North Division. Both teams coming in 8-4. Cincinnati just lost to St. Louis last week in a high-scoring affair. Ishmael, Nelson, and Jones, again all back deep. It's an onside kick, but Minnesota's going to recover it. The old onside kick gambit. Shades of Sean Payton in Super Bowl 44, New Orleans against the Indianapolis Colts. And it's going to be Peterson. We're going to run on the inside. Off tackle right, no gain. Smith on the stop. 2nd and 10, I'm going to go Anthony Carter. Medium out. No. Incomplete. Tarkenton now, 12 of 20, 128 yards. By the way, I haven't given you the yardage in plays in this game. Cincinnati, to this point, I'm going to do it now. Cincinnati, 30 for 180, 18 passes. Minnesota, 34, 190, 20 passes. 3rd and 10, we're going to, let's see here. I'm going to go to Jordan again. I knew I was forgetting to do something. Medium cross. And that is a gain of 15 for Jordan. 1st and 10. Screen pass Peterson. Will stay in the 3 wide set. Overthrown. And incomplete on this 29-degree day in Minneapolis, Minnesota. And I used the TCF Bank Stadium. It was by accident, really, because I thought I was assigning them the stadium they play in now, but it's the stadium in between when they were in the Metrodome and when they were in their current stadium. Of course, they used to play at Metropolitan Stadium, site of the famous Hail Mary game that Dallas beat Minnesota in. That's a gain of 2, Peterson, making it 3rd and 8. I think I have that in my files on the computer. The Hail Mary game. It's on YouTube. It was Gary Bender and Johnny Unitas. 3rd and 8. We're going to go to Diggs on the medium cross. But Tarkenton will run. He'll get the first. He's got more. House call. Touchdown, Tarkenton. Very nicely done. Longest run of the year. 30 yards. 19-10 now, Minnesota. They'll try the extra point, which they get. 20-10. So how about that? I would definitely say that was incredible. Tarkenton, some of you will get the reference. 2 carries, 30 yards. He's the 2nd leading rusher right now on Minnesota's side. And Watson is back deep. And that's a touchback. And now the Bengals trail by 10. 20-10, 11:59 left in the third. And that was a pickup of 20 for Collinsworth. And Collinsworth now over the 100-yard mark. 1st and 10 from the 40. 11:48 now left. Palmer incomplete, and he was looking for Collinsworth again, who's already had quite a day for himself. The standout out of the University of Florida was on that 1980 Florida team. 2nd and 10 from the 40. Remember, Georgia was the national championship team that year. A screen intended for Kennebrew, incomplete. And that was the year Florida almost had Georgia beat. Georgia had an undefeated season, and that was the last national championship they won until they just won this one recent in 2021-2022. And Georgia was pinned deep, like behind their own 10-yard line, and then Lindsey Scott caught a short pass from Buck Bellew, and nobody caught him. 90-yard touchdown, and that swung the game Georgia's way, and they would go on and win the national title. 3rd and 10, ball at the 40. That's a throw to Collinsworth, 12 yards, and that makes it now 7 catches and 131 yards for Chris. 1st and 10 at the 48. The prior year, 79, Florida went winless. Gain of 2. But in 1980, and through several head coaching changes, Florida built their dynasty. 2nd and 8 from the Minnesota 46. Of course, it got way better when Steve Spurrier was their coach.
Holding. Offense.
And a hold.
Number 65, 10-yard penalty.
Steinbach again. It'll be 2nd and 18 from Cincinnati's own 44. 9:19 now left in the third. We got a penalty again.
Encroachment. Defense. Number 81, 5-yard penalty.
And that is a defensive penalty, not an offensive penalty. I make that distinction because it was 81 on the defense, which is usually an offensive number, but this was back in the era where they were a little more liberal about the usage of numbering. And they've kind of gone back to that now. 2nd and 13. And this is a big gain for Ross, 33 yards. Palmer having a good day for himself, 14 of 23, 211. 1st and 10 now at the Minnesota 18, so they have entered the red zone. Or if you're on defense, you'd probably call it the danger zone. Thank you, Kenny Loggins. Palmer to Kennebrew, incomplete. Palmer now 14 of 24. 2nd and 10 from the 18. That is an incompletion for Collinsworth. Bad throw by Palmer. It's going to be 3rd and 10 now. And that's a short gain for Dillon, 4 yards. He's at 22 yards on 7 carries. So the Cincinnati running game continues to be anemic. And your kick is good by Graham. It's a one-score game again. 7:21 left in the third quarter. Ishmael back deep. Caught at the 4. And returned 26 yards, tackled by Thomas at the 30. 7:11. Oh, thank heaven. Left in the third quarter. It's 20-13. Brown on a dive. I think they would key on Peterson. They did not. He gains 2 on the dive play. Berge on the stop. And I'm going to go Chris Carter on a short out on 2nd and 8 from the double tight formation. And Tarkenton scrambles for a 2-yard gain. Rudolph coming in as the second tight end, by the way. I'm going to go Carter on a quick slant. Anthony Carter, 3rd and 6. And Tarkenton scrambling again. He gains another 13 yards. So that is now 4 carries, 45 yards for Francis. Tarkenton, 1st and 10 at the Minnesota 47. And I'm going to screen it to Brown. He's got it, and he's got a wide open field, a gain of 15 before Berge closes that loophole. That was the first catch for Brown. Tarkenton 14 for 23, 158. First and 10 at the 38. Peterson, sweep left. And Peterson with a little running room there. Atkins on the stop for the Bengals, a gain of 7. It is 2nd and 3. And go long to Chris Carter. Carter caught it, a gain of 19 yards. You got Chris on one side in the base formation, and you got Stephon Diggs on the other side. They're going to move Jordan over to the left tight end position. We're going to go Peterson off tackle left. And Peterson picks up another 4. He is at 60 yards on the day. Bengals would trying to hold him off the scoreboard here. Peterson off tackle left. And that will be no gain. Berge on the stop. Minnesota as a team, 22 carries, 122 yards, 5.5 average. So 3rd and 6 from the 8. What do you do here? I'm going to go Carter on the short cross. Anthony Carter, 81. Touchdown, Minnesota. Anthony Carter, the former standout out of the University of Michigan, played for the Michigan Panthers in the USFL, but before joining up the big time. It's 26-13, your extra point. Of course, the USL, no good there by Walsh. The extra point, no good. And that could be critical as the game progresses. Of course, the USFL starting up in a couple of weeks. 2 or 3 weeks. It'll be, they've been talking about this game every time I watch Fox. It'll be on Fox and NBC. No ABC carrying USFL games because there is no more ABC Sports. It's ESPN. Watson, Jones, and Brooks back deep. But that missed extra point, as Madden would always say, God bless his soul, extra points could always find a way to haunt you. So the Bengals are now down 13, 26-13. We have 1:14 to go. Palmer, feeling the rush, tries a long hitch to Collinsworth, but an incomplete pass. 2nd and 10 from the 20. Collinsworth. They go to him again. Rhodes betted that up. Now 3rd and 10. Palmer now 14 of 27. Well, now he's 15 of 28. As Dillon caught a screen for 4 yards, but not enough. So Cincy will punt. And that's West at the 35. He will just let it roll. Punt went 40 yards. It is 26-13. We are down to the last 5 seconds of the third quarter, so I'll just put Peterson in a dive, and he gets into the secondary. He gains 8 yards. We have played 3. 26-13, Minnesota. Minnesota 48 plays, 315, 25 rushes. 25 passes, I beg your pardon. 42 plays, 255 for Cincinnati. 28 of their plays passes out of the 42 total. 2nd and 2. Now, Cincinnati has the win, so I think Minnesota's going to keep it on the ground here. Trap left Peterson on 2nd and 2. And Peterson short by a few inches. Gain of 2 yards. They'll go triple tight end and bring in Schenko. I'm going to go inside, and we're actually going to use Tarkenton here. And Tarkenton, another gain of 4. That gets him to 49. on 5 carries. Now it's 1st and 10 from the HTFL logo at midfield. I'm going to go Brown, off tackle, right side. And Brown finds a couple of holes. That's a gain of 10. Another 1st down. And Tarkenton signaling in a circular motion, just chew up the clock a little bit. 13:23 left in the 4th. Trap left Peterson, 1st and 10. Gain of 8. And we hear Tarkenton saying, one of our microphones sketching Fran Tarkenton saying, don't be in a hurry. Slow it down. Slow it down. Stretch play here for Brown on 2nd and 2. And he will get the 1st down. The stretch play is when you pull your one side of the line over and use them as extra blockers. 1st and 10 at the 28. Kind of like the counter tray play that Washington used to use over and over again back in the 80s. And they made no bones about the fact they would use that play. It would just be a matter of whether or not the defense could stop it. 1st and 10 at the 28. Back to Brown, trap left. And that's a gain of 3. 29 carries, 161 yards as a team for the Vikings, and Peterson has 78 of that. Brown has 6 carries, 21 yards. Tarkenton has a bunch of yards in this game. Peterson off tackle right. Time continuing to move. Peterson juking and jiving for 10 yards and another 1st down. No great mystery about what the Vikings are doing here. They're just trying to chew up the clock, keeping the ball on the ground. Trap left, Brown. And yes, it's like in boxing. When you throw body punches, they have a cumulative effect as the rounds progress. That's a gain of 4. 2nd and 6, Brown getting a little woozy, tired. So we'll go to Peterson off tackle right. He gets another 1st down. Spikes hurt on that last play. He'll be out a few plays. He is one of the outside linebackers. So it will be Reggie Williams coming in to replace him. 1st and goal at the 4. I'm going to go full house, bring in a fresh running back. Smith. Trap right. Minnesota in the old T formation, and Smith has a touchdown. Robert Smith, and it's 32-13. Now, there is a temptation to go for 2 here and to go up 21. But if I do that and miss, Cincinnati's trailing by 19. They could get 2 touchdowns, 2-point conversions, 2 2-point conversions, and a field goal and tie the game. So I'll just kick the extra point. And Walsh redeems himself, 33-13. 8:21 left to go. It's Watson, Jones, and Brooks back deep. Touchback. Chad Johnson and Carl Pickens come in as 3rd and 4th wide receivers, and we'll tell you in just a moment who Minnesota brings in as defensive backs.
Encroachment defense. Number 88, 5-yard penalty.
So that no gain turns into a 5-yard gain, and they keep the 1st down. Smith and Lee have come into the game as the extra DBs here. 1st and 5 at the 25. Palmer finding Johnson, Chad Johnson. Ochocinco, gain of 8. And let's just profile. Well, we can't because they have taken him out of the game. No, they haven't. Hang on, folks. Chad Johnson out of Oregon State. 1st and 10 from the 33. Known for his gimmicks after touchdowns. Long throw. Collinsworth, another great grab for him. 20. He's up to 151 yards on the day. 1st and 10 from the 47 of Minnesota. That's a gain of 1. No, a loss of 1 for Corey Dillon. Griffith with the TFL there. It's now 2nd and 11 at the 48. Carson Palmer, 57 yards shy of 300. And right there, it went to Jad Johnson. Rhodes on the tackle, 20 yards. He's at 263 now, Palmer is. Ball to 28 of Minnesota. Nice catch there for A.J. Green. Eller will return in a few plays. He's one of the defensive ends. Hunter. Daniel Hunter out of LSU. Go Tigers. Geaux. First and 10 at the 13 of the Vikings. It's 33-13. Touchdown, Chad Johnson. And we were expecting some entertainment there from Chad Johnson. He just goes back to the sideline. And the Bengals will go for two. So actually he doesn't stay in because they're in a base formation here. A successful two would make it 33-21. And that is not to be. Kennebrew got stuffed. So it's 33-19. 6:33 to go. I'll watch for the onside kick. But they kick deep and it's a touchback. 4 yards deep in the end zone. So Minnesota's been sledgehammering the Bengals with their running game. 33 carries 186 yards as a team. Peterson's at 95. So we'll go over the middle, try to get him to 100. And that's a gain of 4, so he's at 99. 2nd and 6. We won't go to him again. We'll go to Brown, off tackle right side. That is a gain of 2. 5:41 to go. He has 8 carries, 27 yards, 1 catch for 15. 3rd and 4. I'm going to throw here. And we're going to go Anthony Carter on the short out. And that is caught, a gain of 9. Moved the chains, another first down for Minnesota. Peterson dive, and this should get him over 100. And Peterson loose, he got the first down, 15 yards, 114 on the day. It's now 1st and 10 at the HTFL logo again, at the 50. That should be a contest. How many times in a game will the ball be at the 50? Sweep left, Bill Brown, exactly the 50. And Brown trapped for a 4-yard loss. Almost doesn't matter at this point. 3:18 to go. And we're going to go a stretch play to Peterson. 2nd and 14. And Peterson gains 4 more yards. 2:29 left. We'll just run it to the 2-minute warning. Cincinnati with 3 timeouts and Minnesota also with 3 timeouts. And I'm going to pitch it right with Peterson, 3rd and 10 from the 50. And he gets back to the line, and Cincinnati does call time. They have 2 left with 1:51 to go. I'm going to have Lee punt deep since it's the 50, and he should average about 39. And that went to the 5. Jones returned at 8. The punt went 45. The net went 37. Ball is at the 13, 1:46 left. The Bengals trail by 2 scores, 33-19. We'll see what Palmer can do here. He's 9 shy of 300. And 2 there for Corey Dillon. That was his 2nd catch of the day for just 6 yards. 2nd and 8. Palmer now 7 yards shy of the 300. That is Green making a 6-yard catch, so he's at 299. 22 of 35. No turnovers in this game. It's been very well played. 3rd and 2 from the 21. That is an incompletion, so Palmer might wind up at 299 unless he makes this 4th down conversion. 4th and 2 at the 21. Palmer, incomplete. So Minnesota takes over. 1:17 left. And I'm going to give it to Peterson on a dive. Cincinnati could still call their timeouts. 2-yard gain. They called their first. 1 left. I'm I'm going to go full house again and look to Robert Smith. And that's a gain of 10, and that should seal it. Smith, his fifth carry for 27 yards total. And that should be the game. We'll go triple tight end, and we'll ask Tarkenton to take the knee. And once he takes it a second time, that should be it. And that's your ball game. Minnesota back off the schneid. 33-19 winners against Cincinnati. Minnesota will move to 9-4. Cincinnati moves to 8-5, and each team will have 5 games left to play in this HTFL season. Both are in good shape to make the playoffs. MVP Fran Tarkenton. Minnesota outgained Cincinnati 411-338. They were not perfect in the red zone. They held the ball 35-57. Cincinnati was 2 touchdowns, 2 field goals, and 4 trips. Cincinnati 52 plays. Minnesota 69. 7 penalties, but no turnovers in the game. And here are your player stats. Tarkenton with the better passer rating, 17-26, 194 yards. Peterson, 22 carries, 120 yards. Collinsworth led in both catches with 8 and yardage at 151. Your leading tackler was Rhodes for Minnesota with 9. So I hope you all enjoyed this game, Minnesota and Cincinnati. We have a big one tomorrow, Dallas and Tampa Bay in Dallas. Tampa Bay has been leading the South Division most of the season, but Dallas, as one would think, has caught up. So that will be for the lead in the South Division. This has been Big Pauly, wishing you all well. Godspeed, God bless, take care, and we'll do it again next time. Bye-bye for now, everybody.